Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday, March 4th, 2024, and it's a day C for instrumentals. It's a day 1. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat. I'm so happy that you guys are here in school. I love the fact that you guys bring this amazing energy. And so many of you guys are working so hard to meet our expectations. Once again, you know what they are, but I'm going to go ahead and repeat them for you. Number 1, be respectful to others as well as to yourself. And by the way, being respectful to yourself means knowing yourself. You know, there are some things that I know about myself that get me really, really worked up. There's some things about me that I know about myself that I know I get really happy about. Some things that I know about myself that I know that I'll get really sad about. And I just want to know those things so when I come across those scenarios, then I can plan for how I'm going to respond to it. Because there are some of us, and that could include you, where if you are dealing with something unexpected, something that is making you really, really worked up, you might struggle to pause and hit the brake, take that breath, and plan out what you need to do. What you can do instead is think about ahead of time how you're going to respond if something makes you angry, right? So if you're being told to get off the iPad, for instance, and you know that makes you really angry, what might you do instead of lashing out, right? It's important to know what is appropriate and what is not, okay? And you got to give yourself the respect of knowing yourself truly so you can make those plans. And in that same sense, that leads me to the second expectation, number 2, which is being responsible. Responsible for your hands and your feet and the words that come out of your mouth, but also in how you respond to things, okay? And that response can actually be dealt with by planning ahead. How will you respond when something hard is presented by the teacher? How will you respond when a student that you don't get along with says something to you? How do you respond? Plan it out ahead, by giving yourself that respect of knowing yourself, and then that way you can plan on how to be responsible in how you respond. And last but not least, show that you're ready. Ready to be the best version of yourself. Mr. Lin has many versions of himself. Sometimes when he's not planning ahead and he responds in a disrespectful fashion, that's not the best version of myself. And over time, I've worked on trying to get that settled down and instead show the best version of myself. Somebody who is ready and planned ahead on how he's going to respond, who knows that what his responsibilities and his jobs are, and he's got to try to get those done. And if he falls behind, he's going to work harder to get caught up, and he's going to try not to fall behind either. So all of these are things that I have to deal with, but I want to encourage you to deal with as well, because we're all human beings. And one of the best ways to kind of think about everything I said is just recognizing that there are two wolves inside of us battling each other, and they're not going to go away, but one can win. And the one that you plan ahead for, and you feed, and you give them the game plan on how to respond, is going to be the one that wins. So if you feed the wolf that is kind, loving, and caring, and responsible, and you plan ahead, and you give that wolf the plan on how to respond to the wolf that is not kind and irresponsible, then you've given that good wolf a leg up, right? So boys and girls, that's what I want to encourage you guys to do. As far as special announcements go, I haven't gotten the final count for the American Heart Association for Mr. Gaffney. I promise you I will. It was just a really busy day on Friday, but I do want to say, wow, you guys looked great on Friday with our Read Across America. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had Thing 1 and Thing 2 and Cat in a Hat with us. Amazing. Great to have those guests. And then today, we continue our love of reading by announcing our One Book, One School, or One School, One Book initiative. That book, I'm still not going to tell you. We'll figure that out together, Mrs. Velopez. She's in charge of that. So just keep your eyes peeled and keep your ears open. All right, Listen, I'm going to wrap up with this. If nobody else has told you this, I want you to hear it from me, and that is this. I love you. I care about you, and I'm here to encourage you. Boys and girls, go ahead and spread that message. Don't just say it and don't just sign it, but find creative ways to show what love, care, and encouragement means. It's the start to a brand new week. I hope you're with me. Let's make it a great one. Can't wait to see you guys around. Have an awesome day.